The Game Awards.
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening!
Nominees.
Don't really care.
Yeah, I know, a little bit disappointing. Are going to be announced right now. Jeff Keighley decided that he was going to make an entire show out of it. And yeah, I'm just interested in knowing what's going to happen. Despite the fact that there are some games like, let's say, Stalker 2 that's about to release in a couple of days, that might come in clutch to warrant a nomination. It's too late. To my knowledge, that has never happened before. Nevertheless, I'm expecting a lot of cringe because this year of gaming, if you focus only on the big releases, has been kind of mid. But you know that the big releases always make a huge part of the Game Awards, so I do know that by the exit of last month, at least from IGN, somewhat dropped about which games were going to be nominated, and a lot of people were kind of losing their mind over the fact that Stellar Boom and other games like Black Myth Wukong were not included, despite the fact that they clearly were. But I'm certain that most of the popular games that made a buzz this year are going to be nominated for at least one category, and that a lot of indies and or late releases will not see the light of day because there is always recency bias that makes it so that people forget what happened earlier in the year. But oh, here we go. Jeff, you better bring up your A game because I want this to be just perfect, or else I get angry.
Few moments later.
Finally, our global TGA jury, of which I am not a member, has selected the following 6 games as nominees for Game of the Year at the Game Awards 2024.
I swear, don't do this thing.
Nominees are
Don't do the thing.
Astrobot from Team Asobi, Balatro from Local Fun,
Oh!
Black Myth Wukong by Game
That's
Science,
good.
Elden Ring Shadow
They
of
did
the
the
Earth
thing!
by
They
From
did
Software,
the meme! They did
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth from Square Enix, and Metaphor ReFantazio from Studio Zero.
Metaphor is going
There
to
you have
win.
it. Those are your nominees for Game of the Year.
Okay, so it's time for us to vote. And for anybody who's thinking to themselves, voting ain't working, bro. Let me remind you that there is a high possibility that Star Wars Outlaw will win not 1, Bing, not 2, Bing, but 3 whole categories. Bing, bong. Depending on whomever decides to vote for it. I'm not saying that it was the worst game imaginable, but I'm just saying that Ubisoft does not deserve any prize this year.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Except for the Prince of Persia game, that was actually a good one, but that doesn't save all of the awful things that they actually did. Alright, time for us to do this thing. Vote now. Game of the Year. It's wild that we get to do that. Balatro, I am so happy for Local Funk for having gone this far. I mean, the game is extremely addictive. But goddamn, okay, that Shadow of the Earth Tree, that did the meme. Why is DLC here? Like, I think that we can all agree that there should be, in fact, a place for DLCs, like a category for it, and the same thing should go for remakes. I mean, Phantom Liberty came out last year and had similar accolades to the point where you could actually ignore the base game and just enjoy the DLC. It was better written, with better gameplay. Yet, while it was featured in the Game Award, I did not see that one as a Game of the Year Awards contestant, because granted, there aren't many remakes this year. There've been like Tale of Two Sons that came out, Dragon Quest III recently, Silent Hill 2. I think there's one more game that might have been a remake that I just cannot think about, but yeah, 4 games as a whole that capitalize on our nostalgia, yet still were good. I think that they should have a category of their own. And Shadow of the Earth Tree, despite the fact that it is just as big as a game of its own, is still categorized as a DLC, because we are now facing the same situation that we had with player character is a fat guy who can somehow deep dive and swim long distances without trouble. The sushi chef is black. Dave the Diver. Was it considered to be an indie game despite the fact that he had a massive team behind it? But zooming out a bit there, I think that the better choice would be to go with Metaphor. I mean, it's just very good. Like, I want to choose this one, but this is the better option. Metaphor. Best game direction. Shadow of the Earth Tree was a delight. but there was just something special about Black Myth Wukong and the art style. Character design aside, the many and varied bosses that came along with the game, and the wonderful glossary like the bestiary Witcher 3 style that came out with every single piece of details about those stories. The game combat lacks depth. It truly does. That's one thing about it, but in the way that everything is directed, I'm gonna go with Black Myth Wukong. It was just exceptional. Best narrative. Ooh, boy. Where we at? Yeah, Metaphor or Hellblade. I know how many people hated Ninja Theory for having turned the game into just a playable movie. From what I remember, because I didn't fully play this game, I only got to play it through a friend. I don't own it myself, but core fanbase of Hellblade liked it, so I'm supposed that they will be choosing it a lot. I've played way more Silent Hill than I have Metaphor, but from what I played with Metaphor, it's very good so far, so I'm gonna go with that one. It's just my inner weeb that is shining through right now, isn't it? Best art direction. Oh boy, I have played Never. It is such a relaxing game. I was trying to play it, at least I was playing Sonic Generation with my daughter, and the game was just too much. She was out of control, so I switched to Never, and it's quite a good story. Like, you're doing all that to try to get mommy back, this deer here, while you're raising a small cub to become this thing. It's just a chill game. It's very wonderful in terms of art. Like, I really like it. It's simplistic, but also good. But then you have Astro Bot. That's just, it's good. And FromSoft did not disappoint when it came to Shadow of the Erdtree. We might suffer from recency bias with Black Myth Wukong and Metaphor. Fuck, I'm gonna go with this one. Best score and music. Silent Hill was nice because, just like the first game, I listened to the soundtrack. I have it on my playlist. But Stellar Blade hits hard. The combat was whack. The story, whack. The ass, nice. But the music was even nicer. So Stellar Blade gets this one. Best audio design. You cannot beat what Senua's Saga has. Simple. Best performances. Ooh, boy. Look, Luke Roberts, I like you. I like what you did. But I want to either give it to Brianna White or Melina Jurgens. But Aubrey Gonzalez, why? Look, I have nothing against her. Absolutely not. But Ubisoft screwed you so hard. The fact that they went and used, I don't know, it looks like AI generated animations to fuck the character that you made up completely and wasted your voice talent is wild. I feel bad for you. So I'm gonna go with Melina here. Innovation and accessibility, I don't care for either of the games that are listed here beside Prince of Persia. And yes, this is from a person that even said that Star Wars Outlaw was not the worst game ever. But yeah, I'm going with this one. Game for impact. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. I might, just to show you how crazy this thing is, play Indica for you. Because this is one of the most insane, excuse me, most insane game that I've ever tried. I was at a loss of words at every single step. So Indica is clearly the one that I want to go with. It's just a fucking weird game. Best ongoing, I want to say Helldivers 2, realizing that you should just buff things up again. A simple move, so a simple choice. Best community support, Baldur's Gate 3, absolutely. This is not a discussion. Remember earlier this year, literally made a video about a complaint that some self-entitled modders made about Baldur's Gate not being supported for their mods, despite the fact that are in no position to make the game exceptionally fitting for your mod. And some people were sending them death threats because of that. It was insane, yet still, Larian continued to do it well, so kudos to them. They win this one. Best independent game, Balatro. This one is also hard because Donkey and, well, not Donkey himself, because Donkey is just the publishing studio. The Shared Memory made an amazing game and it should be praised, but Balatro was freaking addictive. It was something else. UFO 50 is also very nice, But actually, in terms of like game for impact, there is this one that is called 1,000 Times Resist that I thought should have been featured in here. It's also it has a very good narrative, so I would have expected it to be here somehow, but it wasn't. But UFO 50 was just a nice throwback to the good old days. But I'm gonna go with Balatro. Best debut indie. Well, while I do love this one, right, Manalord has a special place in my heart because it just came in a perfect time when I was doing a bunch of stuff and emulating different things. And Pacific Drive, if it wasn't because it came at the same time where I gave up continuing to play my summer car to try this one out, it would have been in a higher place. But I'm gonna go with Manalord. Best mobile game. I don't care much for this one, so I'm gonna go with I don't care much for this one, so I'm gonna go with Balatro. Best VR AR. Metal Hellsinger is one that I have played, but not the VR version. So I know at least that it's a good game. Metro Awakening is new, so recency bias, that, and isn't this one the one where you fight against rats? Best action game for the Emperor. I'm sorry. I know Black Myth Wukong was there, but I gotta do this one. One for the brothers. Best action adventure. And yes, this is the one that I think that a lot of people are not gonna like. Ooh, doozy. Astrobot is good, but for me it's like a toss-up between these two. I know. How is that even a controversial choice, Jack? You can't support Ubisoft. I'm sorry. It's Ubisoft Montpellier, okay? They actually work on a thing that they know how to do, and they did it well. And I can't say anything about that. But Silent Hill I enjoyed more. Best RPG. Ooh, that's metaphor. Sorry about anything else. Dragon's Dogma 2. Listen, Dragon's Dogma 2 is a great action RPG. Over-encompassing things where narrative is going well with... It's hard. It's very hard to do. I can't in good faith, despite my enjoyment with this very flawed game, I cannot have this. I cannot have this here. No. You don't deserve that, Capcom. No, I'm going with metaphor. Best fighting. Ooh, multiverses were here. Marvel vs. Capcom, I got my ass handed to me. Grand Blue was not a game that I played that much. I tried it just for a little because I had to cycle through games that I had to prove a point, like games that are good with the Unreal Engine, because I was in a conversation with a friend who was saying that, oh no, Unreal Engine is ruining gaming. Me just pouring plenty of games that are just good with the engine, literally Sparking Zero does the same thing, Granblue Fantasy, DNF Duel, Guilty Gear, you name them. You don't have to be cherry picky about it. And if I'm not mistaken, Tekken 8 also uses Unreal Engine. Great game, it depends on how you use the engine. But Sparking Zero gets this one. Best family, Paper Mario. Do we need to even question that? No. Next, best sim strategy. Oof. Oh man, this is not good. I haven't not played this one, but Frostpunk 2, Age of Mythology, I've played the original, I have yet to play the retold version. I'm told that it's very good. But that and Manalord, oh fuck. Okay, Frostpunk. I should do a run when I beat the game without a generator. Best sport racing, bruv. I don't know. Like, I don't want to support anything that's EA or 2K because those are literally like the golden goose that keep on just churning them and giving them money for monetization purposes. But as weird as it is, I guess I'm gonna go with WWE 2K24 because, yeah, wrestling. Best multiplayer, again.
I have to give one for the Emperor. This is not even a question.
Best adaptation. Yet another that is not a question. Arcane. I mean, you have that, Tomb Raider, Fallout, Knuckles, and Like a Dragon. In that order. Most anticipated game. Oof. Everybody's gonna choose Grand Theft Auto 6. But after playing the demo for Monster Hunter Wilds, I have hopes for it. But then again, I'm the weird one here, so I'm gonna go with Death Stranding 2 on the beach, because I don't know what the fuck Kojima has planned for us, but I just wanna know, okay? I just wanna know. I'm gonna go on my father arc here, take care of my baby. That's all I care about. Content creators, Queso. Easy. Best esport game. The PC that I sold back there is somebody who bought it to play Counter-Strike 2. So this one goes to the guy. Best esport athlete. I'm gonna go with Faker. Just cause the king got another music video, so he's reigning supreme, so T1 as well. Player's voice choice, okay? Notify me, because we can't do that just yet. And that's it. Now, the truth of the matter is that we should be having a category for some of the worst games ever, where Concord should have taken the lead, and Star Wars Outlaw should definitely have been on that list, but also one for the worst CEO and or directors of the year. We will have the likes of the dude from Escape from Tarkov, Yves Guillemot as the CEO of Ubisoft, who keep on fumbling the bag, and of course, of all people, Andrew Wilson, just because Disney is considering to hire him for the... No, Disney, don't do that. I know that you kind of hate your fans and you kind of hate doing good content, but don't fall for Mr. AI, man. Please, I beg of you. Anyways, guys, this has been a short video on the Game Awards and the nominees. Hope you enjoy. See you guys in the next one.